Go to sleep. You'll feel better in the morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Adonis. Queen for tomorrow. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. Somebody can make you an offer that would be hard to turn down, and you may have choices and options around social activity. Listen to your intuition, maybe spending time with a Pisces or a Gemini. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Slow and steady wins the race, but life is moving forward. Summer love. When it comes to love, you've got the Magician here, the ability to manifest new opportunities that bring in success. You could have a Scorpio around, you may have an Aquarius around. Exploring your options leads to success. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve, and don't feel like you have to rush into anything. You could take things slow and steady wins the race, one step at a time. Aries Sun for the next 24. Could be spending time with a Libra. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. Maybe thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study. You also may feel like your luck is changing for the better. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Could be spending time with water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Life moves forward. For my Shanta for me and Sagittarius. Things look a little slow. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. Listen to your intuition, and life moves forward. Slow and steady wins the race. Depends where you guys are in this relationship. Things look a little slow. Or like not much is changing quickly. Massey, it's a good idea to go to SN by myself. Would I have a good time? Yeah, it does look like you would have a good time. Essence, my job cut my hours significantly. Like 18 went from 39 to 35, now 21. Why is this? It feels like after the situation with that girl, they have been pushing me or something. They may feel like you don't want the hours for some reason. I would talk to them about it. Because success could come in around communication. So if you want more hours, let them know. Or have a discussion about it, and it'll get fixed. Massey, will I have enough money to pay my bills this month? Yes, you should be okay. Lily, reading around how Tuesday's interview for permanent will go. I'm a little stressed. No backup plan, yes, if I don't get it. Also, they do a credit check if I get it. I'm worried about that. I think you're going to be okay, though. You've got life is moving forward and feeling relief around things moving forward. A new job or business opportunity with the Magician, the ability to manifest it. Life's moving forward and disappointments are healing. You know, the credit check thing pisses me off because if you don't have a job, or like, let's just say, for example, somebody gets laid off and it's not to any fault of their own. And I don't know, they fall behind in something and their credit is, or they got divorced. Sometimes divorce could wreck your credit. I feel like that shouldn't be held against you. Like, if you need a job, you need a job. Like, that's not fair. I don't like it. But once again, that's my opinion. I don't make the rules. But I think you'll be okay. Georgia, for the next few days. Could have some money coming in. Perseverance pays off and a wish comes true. Making decisions that push life forward and you're ready for it. You have the world at your feet. Maybe spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. We've got good stuff happening. Hi, Mel. Essence. I feel it's best just for my 2 weeks notice in. It's a 33-minute drive there and back, and my pay now won't be as significant, but I'm questioning myself. Cards advice. Don't make any decisions until you're ready. Listen to your intuition, express your wants and needs around the situation, and don't make any decisions until you're ready. So here, this is what I would say. Discuss it with them, right? It's like, regardless of what happens, like if you don't really want to work there and they cut your hours back, then you're kind of getting what you want anyway. You have less hours, you have less to drive. If you really just don't want, you just want to be done with the company and you don't care, then make the decision. But Two of Swords in reverse, if you're undecided, don't make any decisions until you're ready. But I would discuss it with them first. But it's kind of like, like, what is it that you want? You're mad that they cut your hours, but then you don't really want to work there anyway. So if they cut your hours, you don't have to go there as much. So isn't that better? You see what I mean? Like, figure out what it is that you want before you make any decisions, especially any decisions that you won't be able to change. Like, once you quit, that's it. It's over and done. But if if you have this serious cut of hours, it may relieve all that driving anyway, and it might not be so bad. But discussing what you want with whoever's in charge is suggested before you make any decisions. I talked to them about it, and I told them I was fine with the hours. They said call outs and things. That's where they stand. People call out every day. I've called out twice on days they didn't need me. But I mean, people abusing calling out is not like saying everybody calls in sick. Like, that's not really an answer. If you've only called out twice and you've been there for a long time, that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But people tend to just call out because they don't want to go to work. And that's not really, like, that's not what call outs are for. You know what I mean? Like, you can call out when you're sick, but sometimes people will just call out because they just don't want to go to work. And that's not fair to the company and everybody else that has to work there. But, you have to make the decision. It's like I said, you're saying on one hand they cut your hours significantly, but then you're saying you don't want to work there anyway. So what is it that you want? And you have to figure that out before you make the decision. If you don't want to work there anymore, then fine, just quit. That's fine. But then, is that what you really want? Because then why were you upset that the hours were cut? Because now you have less to go there. If they can give you, this is also my opinion, or what I would prefer, especially if I had to make a long drive, I would rather work more hours in one day than have to go in several times, like, You know, like I would rather do two 8-hour shifts rather than four 4-hour shifts, kind of a thing. But you got to figure out what it is that you want. Tanya, will the Aries make time for us to spend together? I know he's been stressed out with working long hours, plus the issue with his mom. I don't want to be extra stress on him. Oh, no, you guys are going to hang out soon. Yeah, you guys will hang out soon. Lily, talking to a guy named Chase. He's a Pisces. He lives about 6 hours away, but will come to see me next weekend. I have a good feeling about us. To the cards see a future here. I don't see commitment around this situation as of right now. There is, I mean, opportunity to explore the connection is suggested, but justice is in reverse, which could be like things may be out of balance, or maybe one person that is looking for something more than the other person is willing to give. 6 hours is far, but is it possible? There is potential, but I'm a little skeptical to say that this is something that's going to last long term, because I don't see commitment here. But if he's willing to come and meet you, and you guys, I don't know if you've ever met in person, and see how it goes in person, take it from there. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a bad idea, but Fool in reverse, something will be revealed that needs to be dealt with. I don't know what that is. You'll find out at that time. But I don't see commitment here if that's what you're asking. Of course, we may not be there yet, but if he's willing to come to see you and he follows through with it, I would at least give him that chance and then take it from there. Let's see what happens after that. Like if he follows through with what he says and he actually comes, let's look at it again after that. Lucky, my boss is going to let me borrow next year. Oh my God. Good. Good. Thank goodness. I'm glad. I'm glad. I had an exit plan. This is getting in the way of my savings. I'm planning on leaving in June. Now I'll be making no money there. Yeah, but it's just like what Mel said. It's like having your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time and not really going anywhere. You know, it's like you're saying that you want to work there, but then you're saying that you want to give your 2 weeks. So what do you really want? Do you want to work there? Then tell them that you want more hours and that you did not, you didn't call in sick too much and that you want your hours back. But you're saying in one breath, I want to quit. And then in the next breath, you're saying this is ruining your savings plans. You have to figure out what it is that you really want. I mean, could you find something closer to home that could replace it, that you don't have to make that drive? I know that driving wears on people. It's a lot. But you got to figure out exactly what it is that you want before you make a decision. Oh, Mary, I like the idea of 10 hours a day, 4 days a week. I like that. I like that. I'm telling you, look, this is just my opinion because I'm kind of a flexible person, but I feel like there should be more flexibility in life. Like if somebody wants to work, like in the job that I worked at, with the exception of the shipping department, because I know that the trucks had certain times that they came, but even with that, I still feel like people could have been more flexible. Like, why not let somebody work from 7 to 7 one day and then the next day, like 3 days a week? I just don't see any reason why we can't be more flexible. Like, why does it have to be from 9 to 5 days a week? Why can't we do something different? Or, let people work from home on Tuesdays and Thursdays and in the office on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Or let the office, if the office is there, why does it have to be from 9 to 5? Why can't, I mean, the shipping and packing people could be in there in the middle of the night if they wanted to. Somebody's a night person. They want to work from midnight to 7. I don't see anything wrong with that. The building is there. You're still paying the Orange and Rockland bill or the electricity or whatever it is. Yeah, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. But anyway, where the heck was I now? I lost my spot. Lily, love for me. I do want commitment and something solid eventually. Okay, let's see. I mean, you do have opportunity for commitment to come in. Life could change for you for the better quickly when you explore your options. You do have an Aries here. You could have Water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You may have a Libra. You do have, like, big picture is there could be commitment if you explore your options. Exploring your options leads to success. Don't settle for less than you want or deserve. So that may be a message in all of this. If whatever the situation is, if you have, you want to explore your options and something is working for you, even if it's like I was just saying, how work has got to be from 9 to 5. Maybe the relationship for you doesn't look, maybe it looks different. Maybe it's a little bit more flexible. But exploring your options will lead you to success, but don't settle for less than you want or deserve when it comes to love. If you feel like you're sacrificing too much, that's when you might need to, make a decision to remove anything that's out of balance. But I do think you have long-term commitment that could be coming in towards the end of this year, beginning of next. I'm going to say between now and the end of the winter. Massey, I see one super chat for $4.99, but I think I've seen like 4 questions that you've sent with blue hearts. Did you donate someplace else? Oh, good. She fell asleep. Yeah, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving this guy that's 6 hours away a chance. Like, let him prove himself. If he's really he's interested, he's going to come and see you. There is committed relationship coming in. I can't swear it's going to be with him because I don't see commitment around it. But maybe there's no commitment now. Maybe at the end of the winter there is. So I would still explore the option, especially if you have a good feeling about it and you're interested and he shows up this weekend. Let's see what happens. I don't know if you know. Oh, he's Pisces. I don't remember if I saw Pisces. I remember seeing an air sign, right? Let's just see what happens. I wouldn't write it off completely just yet. 6 hours is far away, but I told you guys that I had a friend of mine who she'd had a rough couple of situations recently, like over the last few years. And then she met somebody who lives like 4 hours from here. And she was saying, well, it would be easier for me to move over there because of kids and shit like that. And I was like, but you know what? You guys are making it work right now, and it's working, and it's not that far. It's not, it's not like 4 hours is far, but it's not like somebody that you met on the internet and you live in New York and they live in Australia. Like, that is probably something that is not going to happen. But 4 hours, it's like you could make it work, and it may function really well because you're not together all the time. This same friend has also, over the years, has had a lot of roommates, and after a while, like, they get on each other's nerves, and I get it. Like, I know, it makes sense to me because it's like people get on each other's nerves. Like somebody wants to put the Halloween decorations out in September. Somebody feels like they should come down November 1st. Somebody feels like, well, I'll put them away next week. You know what I mean? It's like I can understand how people get on each other's nerves. I never had a roommate, but that's why, like, I know a lot of people that made have been in long-term relationships. They don't live with their partner, and their relationship functions really well because they don't live together. I mean, I know a lot of people like that. And if it works, it works. And it's not unrealistic when it's just 6 hours. It's like if you were on the opposite side of the world or a different country where things kind of get complicated, then that's different. But anyway, let me just shut my mouth. All right, let me go back up to the top because oh, that's okay. That's okay, Mazzy. Let me just go back and find the ones. Mazzy, feeling like my mom is being deceptive towards me in regards to gossiping with my aunt and my sister about my future plans. Am I right? Can I trust her? You know what? I think for the most part, yes, you can trust her. Has she ever said anything? She's probably said something. I don't know necessarily about your future plans, but people talk shit slips out, people say things sometimes. I can't say that she's never said anything gossipy about you because people do that, but she looks trustworthy. Lily, I did. Massey, did my mom and sister spend time together while on their trip in Utah? I'm not convinced. I'm only getting a 33% chance, yes, that they spent time together. So who knows? Maybe they saw each other, but I don't know if they spent any real time together. Mazzy, should I find a new place to stay? I feel there's a lot of family members getting in the way of our relationship, and like she's always sides with them. This is who you're talking about, your mom? Like move so that you're not with your mom? Julie, I could do one after the live stream. Just let me know if you're going to be up. But Mazzy, you would be moving out away from your mom because is it your mom that sides with the family members? Is that what it is? Okay, the cards can't tell you what to do, but the cards indicate don't make any decisions until you're ready. So if you're feeling like you're making the decision based on something that could, like you could have an argument or a disagreement with someone and someone's going to take somebody else's side. Like I wouldn't make the decision based on that. I would make the decision on moving out if you want to move somewhere else. Like I really want to live over here, or I really like this place. So I'm making the decision based on my wants and needs, not because I'm trying to avoid conflict. That's what the cards suggest. But it's a free will decision, so you really could decide whatever you want or whatever you feel is best for you. Emily, general well-being for 25. It's been weird so far. It has been kind of a weird year, right? But it's not bad. So you have a disappointment healing and moving into the past. You have a wish coming true and cause for celebration around work, school, or business. New beginnings on the horizon. Empress could be bringing in love and money or more of it. Life is changing for you for the better quickly. Focusing on, you may get the idea for like a side business, side project, side hustle before the end of the year. That may be a good place to put your energy. That could be bringing in extra money, maybe not this year, but next year. Negativity moves into the past. You may be planning travel, and you could be spending time with a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. All right, Lucky, feel better, okay? We'll see you tomorrow. Bella, finishing my portfolio, found recruiting firms that specialize in what I do. I'll email them this week. Will I get any positive responses? Yes, you will. It looks like you got potential there. Tanya, when I see A, the Aries, will we have a nice time, or will he be falling asleep on my shoulder from exhaustion? No, I think you're going to have a nice time. New beginnings on the horizon lead to success, feeling happy and content. Anxiety is eased and moved into the past. New beginnings lead to success. Divine guidance leads you to greener pastures. I think it'll be a nice time. Liz, for the next 24. For the next 24, you could be thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study, maybe spending time with Air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Slow and steady wins the race, but life is moving forward with money coming in. Hangman in reverse. Areas of your life that have been slow should now start to move forward, and you may feel relief around life moving forward. Not bad. Tanya, did I skip one of yours? Nat, love coming in. When it comes to love, you've got new beginnings on the horizon and negativity moves into the past. An earth sign could come in, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but then you also have another Capricorn coming in. Exploring your options changes your luck around love for the better and leads you to success. Jocelyn, love. When it comes to love, you have the Empress bringing in love and money or more of it. If you're currently with someone, your current relationship should be functioning well. If you're not with anyone, you've got a Virgo coming in or a Scorpio. Long-term potential around your next relationship and happiness coming in around that. Tanya, for the next 48. For the next 48, you have a disappointment heals and moves into the past. Life moves forward. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. The world is at your feet. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. And you may be spending time with Sagittarius. Martisha, love. Well, you have Empress bringing in love and money and more of it, and then the Sun bringing in happiness. Exploring your options around love could lead you to success. You've got an Aries here, a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Listen to your intuition. Life moves forward. Romance could be heating up. And then you could have another air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You may have some choices and options around love, which is always a good thing. Oh, okay. Thanks, Tanya. Liz, general for tomorrow. You've got success coming in around work, school, or business. Life is moving forward. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Money comes in, finances improve. Lay down the law, set boundaries. It'll serve you well. Maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Shit, did I just lose my spot? Alpha, is that for tomorrow? Yeah, for tomorrow. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. You may have choices and options around social activity. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. The hard work you put in around work, school, or business comes back and pays off. Maybe spending time with Fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And then with the Empress, you've got love and money coming in or more of it. Tanya, what made you ask me that, Mary? Oh, made you ask you what? Maybe I missed something. Gabs, did Monty M at Woodbine quit Woodbine because of my letter? You know what? I don't think that he quit because of the letter, but I think the letter may have he may have wanted to go anyway, or he may have been thinking about it, but then that letter maybe he may have felt like, I don't want to be in the middle of this. So that could have been that could have pushed him over the edge. Liz, love for the weekend. Love for the weekend. You've got, could have choices and options. You've got, relationships should be functioning well. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. You may be spending time with water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Could have a wish that comes true. New beginnings on the horizon. Listen to your intuition. Empress is bringing in love and money or more of it. Bella, is Aquarius still interested? I haven't spoken to him in a while. Been busy. I think Aquarius is still interested, yes. How will the visitors like my completely new branding for my side hustle? I think it's going to go over well. You've got like mutual respect, teamwork is favored, life is moving forward, new beginnings. Pretty good. Stepping into your strength and self-confidence is pushing the side hustle forward. The effort you put in is going to pay off. Gabs, Monty M was actually kind to the staff, but the situation with Eden is much worse than most people realize, and I felt horrible for him. So he maybe wanted to leave for those reasons before, and then the letter just may have been like, enough. Sean, how will Kay feel after I tell him? Oh shit, that disappeared. Hold on. Sean, I don't see the question. It disappeared before I could finish reading it. If you could just drop the question again when you get a chance. Queen City, I did. Bernard, I'm okay, but I think Avery's got a little bit of a cold. She doesn't have a fever or anything, but she's got that wicked cough. Mihak, general for the rest of 2025. You may be planning travel. You may have choices and options around social activity. Life's moving forward towards greener pastures. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Maybe spending time with the fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Could also be spending time with the Sagittarius. Adrian, I heard the pot in my kitchen making noise. Then a cat ran out of the kitchen. Did the cat eat out of the pot? Oh no. Oh God. Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. Lucinda for the next 3 days. Lucinda for the next 3 days. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Success comes in around work, school, or business. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Life is moving forward. Maybe thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study, and your luck is changing for the better. Not bad. Not bad. Tanya, she asked me if Edward and Aries knew each other, like I would fuck around with two men who knew each other. Why she's mad that she asked and I answered. Uh-oh, what happened? Sorry, the chat didn't mean to upset anyone. I think I missed some of it. I must have missed some of it. Lily, do you see potential around Max, more potential around Max than Chase? I think I'm attracted to Chase more, but I've met Max, not Chase. Max is older than me by 11 years, but mature. You know what? They both have potential. Right now, I would explore your options. I don't see any reason why you can't hang out with both of them and talk to both of them and see how you feel moving forward over like the next couple of weeks. I would give them both a chance because something could take off with one of them. Cosmic, I've had a few stressful days at work, so much unorganized with processes. Do you see me progressing with my current role? Yes, you'll be fine. You have the world at your feet. John, the next 3 days going into the weekend, anything that I need to consider? Disappointments heal to move into the past and life begins to move forward. Success comes in around work, school, or business. Maybe spending time with an Aries who could get good news around work, school, or business, and happiness coming in around work, school, or business. Making decisions that push life forward. A wish comes true. Money comes in. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. I did that one. Live general for the next 2 weeks. Feeling ambitious, you may be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Success comes in around work, school, or business. Something may happen that makes you happy. Don't be afraid to walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. But if you're feeling undecided, it's okay not to make any decisions until you're ready. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Vicky, general for this week for my daughter, the Libra. A new journey may begin, or she may be doing something fun and exciting on a whim. She should listen to her intuition. She should take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. May have choices and options around social activity. Could have some money coming in. Being guided by the divine towards greener pastures. Overall, it looks like a pretty decent week. An old wound or a heartache may be moving into the past and life is moving forward. Sean, how will Kay feel once I tell him about himself? Maybe surprised. Like maybe surprised by some of the things that you say, but on the other hand, also maybe expecting something. I don't know, he may be feeling, he's showing here as the Hermit in reverse, somebody who may know that they've done something wrong, but they're not willing to take responsibility for it. You may find him to be a little bit arrogant. He could respond a little bit arrogant. But I think overall he's going to be kind of a little shocked with whatever it is that you say. Bernard, play good general reading when my Virgo lets me know some good news. Um, I don't see any specific news coming in from Virgo, but there is a Virgo here. A disappointment or a heartache is healing and moving into the past. Money's coming in, finances are improving. Choices and options may be coming in around like social activity. You could also be planning travel. Life is moving forward towards greener pastures. Paying off a bill of debt or a loan can make you feel relieved. Come on, general, for tomorrow. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and you may be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Listen to your intuition. Areas of your life that have been stagnant should now start to move forward. You could have a new venture or a new journey begin. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Life moves forward. Not bad. Maya, Mia, will me and Divine call each other tonight? The cards can't tell you if you're going to call someone. Like, you have to make the decision to call them. So that's a free will thing. But is this person's name is Divine, or are you talking like divine masculine? M. Lourdes, are C or S's parents going to bother me in the next few days? I don't think either of them are going to bother you. Yeah, I don't think either of them are going to bother you, which, good. Mary, general. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Listen to your intuition. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Cause for celebration comes in around life moving forward, and you may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and perseverance pays off. Leo, had my MRI today. Do you see anything showing on the report? I think it's going to be helpful, yeah. So it's kind of like whatever this shows, it could lead them to success around treatment of whatever it is. It shows like it's a stepping stone to something else. I think it's something's going to be solved, or it leads to success. Bernard, I kind of like Aquarius and Leo. Um, I feel like over the course of my life, I've had a lot of Aquarius and Leo around. But I pretty much get along with every sign. There's one sign, I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to offend anyone, but it's females that if they're this sign, I have a hard time with them. But otherwise, I pretty much get along with every sign. But Leo tends to be a lot of fun. Aquarius could be fun, have a good personality. Yeah, I have, yeah. Oh no, Leo, you don't get along with Pisces? That's me. Oh, that's his name. I'm just saying it wrong. Okay, that's fine. But if you want to call him, you have to make that decision. Like, I can't tell you whether or not you're going to call him. I could look to see if there's communication coming in. There is communication coming in between you and him, but I can't swear it's going to be tonight. Lily, my overthinking has worry has been so bad lately with my job, life, and everything. Do you see it easing up soon? I'm my own worst enemy. Most of us are. It's going to improve. It's going to improve because things in your life are going to start to move forward, and that's going to help stop that overthinking. But I just watched a video today because I do it, and it's so annoying where you can have like something in your head and you just can't let it go, whether it's like worrying about something or something somebody said and what did they mean, and when I answered them, what did they think, and that kind of shit. And I'm like, how do you stop that? Because it's like stupid nonsense that like the other person's probably doesn't even think twice about it, and it's like in my head and I can't get it out. Anyway, excuse me. So I watched a video and the person said, and you know, I say it all the time, I'm like, why did I not know that? Because it's what I tell everybody to do, that the best thing to do is to find something else to do to take your brain out of it. So the brain can't do two things at once. So if like today I was vacuuming and in my head I was, you know, crazy, going to crazy town, and and meanwhile I'm listening to this woman tell me like, stop vacuuming, go do something that you can't do. Like, you can drive the car, right, and still be, your mind is still going because your body knows how to drive. But go do something that takes brain work, like a puzzle, a crossword puzzle, you know, clean out the closet, redecorate your room, do an activity like the woman she goes, I like to ski down slope. I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. I like to ice skate. Why aren't I ice skating? I'm not ice skating. Like ice skating, I can't think about anything else if I'm practicing some of like I got to focus on what I'm doing. So my brain is not thinking. And I'm like, that's what I need to do. I need to go back to ice skating more, but you know, I got like my ankles are bothering me, so I'm trying not to overdo things. But when you start getting into that overthinking mode, or you can't get shit out of your head, the best thing to do is find something to take the brain off it. She was saying that what happens is you get in what's called stuck in a me loop. I think that's what she was saying. It's a me loop. And it sounds like it's self-centered, but it's kind of like a survival mechanism that like we're trying to survive and we're trying to prepare ourselves, and we want to overthink every scenario so that we can be prepared for it, but you just can't be prepared for everything sometimes. But to stop that, she said that sometimes you can say things like, I'm overthinking, stop it. She also suggested singing. She said that singing helps because it takes your brain, yeah, I guess that's true. If you're really paying attention to what you're singing, because I did that once. I was going through a bad time. I went back to my voice coach because it felt like that was another thing I couldn't do. I couldn't practice the things that she gave me, the exercises that she gave me to do without thinking about it. It wasn't something that I could just do. I had to think about where I was, and that took my mind out of it. So I watched this woman's video, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know all this stuff. Anyway, maybe I needed her to remind me of it. And she said, she goes, listen, I'm not a good singer, but I can sing in the shower and I can sing in the car and nobody hears me. And it does take my mind off of stuff. So if that's any help. Me, I am a Pisces. I'm a Pisces, a Gemini rising, and I am a Leo moon. Julie, I'm checking the email. How early? I could do like 8:30 after I get her on the bus. Okay, okay, that's perfect. I'll see you then. I'm going to just send myself a text message so I don't forget. Sometimes, like, I walk into the kitchen and I'm like, what the hell am I doing in here? What if I did? Cinnamon for tonight. Lay down the law, set boundaries, it'll serve you well. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Cause for celebration comes in around life moving forward. Could have some money coming in or news of money coming in. Jasmina, General. Life changes for you for the better quickly when you listen to your intuition. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Perseverance pays off. You may be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Money comes in, finances improve. Could be spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Tomorrow for D hint. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Maybe feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Somebody may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down and wishes come true. You may be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Could also be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Dr. Sony wants the blue cards. Page of Air, logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans. The truth delivered without tact. Eight of Air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of confidence, or being afraid to take action. Justice, Archangel Raguel, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. I think I'm up to Tanya for the next 5. For the next 5, the hard work that you put into work, school, or business comes back and pays off. You have listened to your intuition. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business, and life is moving forward. Negativity moves into the past. Growth, change, and transformation for the better may be coming in around work, school, or business, and life is coming back into balance. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care, and you may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Pretty good. Pretty good. XXX, I texted Danielle today, the Libra. How did she feel about it? I kind of ghosted her and didn't respond back. She may have felt a little knocked off balance. Justice is in reverse. Now that could be, but you reached out to her and then you didn't respond. But she may have been happy to hear from you, and she may have been surprised that you didn't respond. So did you texted her, she texted you back, and then that was where the conversation ended? I think she's surprised that she's not hearing from you again. And now she may be feeling a little bit like, I wonder what happened. Rip Hand Deep, general love. Okay, if you're currently with someone, your current relationship should be functioning really well. If you're not with anyone, you may have a Libra coming in. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Life begins to move forward with choices and options around love. Not bad. Dee Dee for the rest of the day. For the rest of the day, you have perseverance pays off, and you could feel relief about accomplishing everything you set your mind to. You have the world at your feet. You may have money coming in. Life is moving forward. You'll hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Empress could be bringing in love and money or more of it. Maybe spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Pallavi, love. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready, but life begins to move forward. Slow and steady wins the race, but on stable ground. You have a Sagittarius here. You have the Empress here bringing in love and money or more of it. You do have commitment here if that's something that you're interested in. You may also have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Listen to your intuition. Slow and steady wins the race, but life moves forward towards greener pastures. Not bad. Anthony, when do you see my Canada PhD study plan? Maybe over the course of the year, things could move forward, like maybe within the next 6 to 9 months. Cosmic, well, my finances change soon for the better. I don't know why all of a sudden I've been struggling financially. The last month has not eating 3 days weekly. Uh-oh. Finances should improve. I'm going to say sometime between now and the end of November, you may be feeling like things are functioning a little bit better and disappointments are healing and moving into the past. Life is moving forward. Adonis, I'm going to check my email right now. I'm reading it now. Oh, okay. I don't think that you're going to do bad. No, I think you should be fine. I don't know why. I don't know why you're thinking that you're going to do bad. Is there something that you feel like you didn't do right? Because it looks okay. It looks okay. Or you just like worried. Just because that's what we do, worry. Oh, me too. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I know. The me too. So I get it. Cosmic, do you see romance coming in for me between now and December of this year? An old energy of Keith and Geo gone for now. Well, only you can tell if the energy of them has to be gone if you're not thinking about them, looking for them, speaking about them. They will still be like, that's for you to decide. Like you'll know that you're not stagnant anymore when life begins to move forward. But if you're still finding yourself thinking about these people, talking about these people, looking at social media or whatever it is, reading old text messages, then no, they're not, it's not gone. But if you're like disconnected and you don't even think of them, like my ex-boyfriend Tom, I don't think about him. I only bring him up when a situation in here reminds me of him. Like it's just, he's not in my energy. It ended a long time ago. We both have different lives now, but only you could be the one to know when that is. Like when, it's been 6 months and you're like, gee, I haven't even thought about him. But if you're still thinking about him, no, then it's not gone. But you could have new energy coming in before the end of the year. You could have an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You could explore your options, could lead you to success. There may be a Scorpio that comes in too. Exploring your options could lead to success, new beginnings on the horizon. If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Red, will I get CB from WS for the job? Will I get CB from WS for the job? Yes. Beautiful one, D and I. D and I. You could have communication coming in or communication picking up or changing for the better quickly. Listen to your intuition, and expressing your wants and needs around the situation can lead to a new journey. Someone can make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Don't be afraid to express your wants and needs around the situation. Not bad. Not too bad. Anthony, I did. Stargate, felt a shift between me and Jake. Are we coming into balance again? Things look out of balance. What the way this reads, it's like two people that are not on the same page, or one person is trying to get something from the other person. So I don't see balance as of right now. Why isn't this charging? Well, maybe it is. Hang on, let me just check. Oh, now I think it is. It reads like things are out of balance between the two of you. As of right now, anyway. Laverne, what's just Shayla's thoughts about me at this time? May find you to be somebody who is smart, intelligent, attractive, down to earth. May find you to be somebody who is kind, caring, sincere, and loyal. But things are out of balance or misaligned with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Pure Heart, JP reached out to me. How does he feel about me romantically? Is this a romantic connection? Because I don't see romance here. Like, this person could find you to be somebody who is nice, grounded, stable, somebody who is sincere, but I don't see any love, romance, or commitment here. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It's not showing right now. So I can't give you romantic feelings because I'm not seeing them. It does look like things may be a little bit out of balance between the two of you. If you have intentions for him, I would express your wants and needs to him. Ruchi, next in love. You have happiness coming in around love and love moving forward. Romance heats up when you listen to your intuition. Could be with a Leo, a Sagittarius, or water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, but you do have a wish that comes true. TRAA's current energy or feelings towards me. Energy is a little slow, but this person may think highly of you. They may think that you're like hardworking, successful, a team player, somebody who is compassionate, sincere, somebody who is genuinely nice and happy, easy to get along with. Macy, general for the rest of the week. Take time if you can for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listen to your intuition, and the disappointment heals and moves into the past. You may have something nice happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. Success comes in around work, school, or business. Maybe paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. Could be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Maya, I answered the one about communication coming in. T-Vet for the next romantic date. Maybe sometime within, maybe within the next 5 weeks, and it could be with fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Not bad. Aisha, what's Chris's next actions towards me? Communication. Communication comes in through text message pretty quick. Bright as light. What's Alvara's currently thinking and feeling about me? Seems disconnected from you. Things may be out of balance between the two of you and you don't see eye to eye. There may be like, I don't know if she feels like, you know, it's like, it almost is like it's not even you. It's like it would be anyone. Like nobody is good enough. Like she just has this problem with like nobody reaches her standards, but she's showing as being very disconnected from you and focused on something else right now. So let her fuck around somewhere else. Oh, you're welcome. Lily for next week. Life comes into balance and disappointments heal and move into the past. You may be feeling a little bit more financially stable. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Could have choices and options around social activity. You may be may reconnect with an old friend or someone you haven't seen in a while. Something nice may happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. Yeah, not bad. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. May receive good news next week or hear from somebody that you haven't heard from in a while. Red, will I work both jobs if I get WS? Helpless side. I think you will still work both jobs, yes. Most likely. Pufferfish. When will I start working with Georgia Nut Company, and do you see me lasting a long time there? You do have a new journey that begins. It's a wish come true. Could be within the next 6 weeks. There would be long-term potential here, yeah. A new journey leads to success. A wish comes true. Life moves forward towards greener pastures. You've got the world at your feet. Well, it looks like a good opportunity. Stargate, I like to bring it back into balance. Balance isn't back on the same page, like sticking to friendship. Is it possible? It's possible, yeah. Look, anything is possible. The thing is that you can't fake energy. So you really have to be feeling that way. If you're lying to yourself and saying, I'm just going to be friends with this person, but you really still have feelings, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter what you say to me, what you say to him, what you say to anybody. It's the energy of the situation doesn't lie. It will not go back into balance. If you can put your feelings aside and find a way to get rid of them, it can go back into balance. I don't think I've ever seen it happen before without people taking time away from one another. It's very hard to go back to something. Like, all right, for example, I had this friend, Matt, years ago. I had a crush on him. I thought that things were moving in the direction that we were going to start a relationship. It didn't work. He wound up being with somebody else. I was devastated. I still thought that because their relationship was rocky, that he and I had a chance. We didn't. It built a lot of resentment around the situation for him. He was very nasty to me. But, you know, I kind of asked for it, so it was sort of my fault. I kind of deserved it. Long story short, at that moment, there was nothing I could have done to get the relationship back into balance because I had to get over him. And in order to get over him, I had to take time away from the situation. Now, I'm going to say, if I could remember the timing, I think we had a big bad argument in October. And then I think the following February, I started dating somebody. So I felt like I moved on and I was done with it. And then maybe it was over the summer. Maybe it was like June or July. You know what it was? It was his birthday. It was August. So it was August for his birthday. I called him to wish him a happy birthday. He told me that he had gotten married on a whim, not to that girl, to someone else. And that he was going to be near my town, and he wanted me to meet his wife for whatever reason. She was like barely even looked up from the table, but whatever. But I was over it. I was totally over it. At that point, I could have been friends with him, but I didn't care enough. Like, I was just like, I just didn't feel anything. And like right now, like I could call him up, but I don't really want to. Like, I just don't really care anymore. But sometimes you have to you can't fake that. You know, you can't say, okay, we're just going to be friends. It's back in balance. It's not back in balance if you're still holding on to feelings or you're still holding on to hope. So I don't know. I don't know any way, or I've never seen anybody be able to get over the situation and make a friendship work without taking time away from the situation. But you have to, that like you have to be the one to figure that out for yourself. Anything is possible, but you can't fake energy. Keep that in mind. Lily, do you see Chase the Pisces might be a bit of a player? I'll figure it out when I hang out with him. Okay, let's see. I don't think so. I would give him a chance. I would give him a chance and let's see what happens. Costolini, could you tell me which bank is most likely to give me 0% for a few months credit card? Just to name a few banks who pre-selected. Okay, let's see. MX, Wells Fargo, Citi, Capital One. I would go with Capital One. It's kind of backwards. Capital One, Citi, Wells Fargo, and last American Express. Eric is my new girlfriend I met online, my true love. I can't tell you that this is going to be the last person that you're going to be with and there'll never be anybody else. Is that what you're asking? Charger is not, it's not charging. Why do I always have trouble with this stupid thing? Is that other charger in here? It's not. Let me check it one more time. If it dies, I'll come back on if I'm not finished. Gemini, what does Solomon currently think and feel about me? May find you to be somebody who is genuinely a nice person, somebody who is smart, intelligent, somebody who is unique, creative, successful, independent, a loyal friend. Kimona answered for, right? Crow's Nest, love for the immediate future. In the immediate future, walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and life moves forward towards greener pastures. You could have somebody new coming in sometime in the month of October, late October or early November, like when the sun crosses over into Scorpio. That could be a Sagittarius or an Aquarius. Walk away from things that are no longer serving you and don't look back. New beginnings are on the horizon between now and the end of the year. Later this year, you may have an air sign coming in, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Maggie, general for Saturday and Sunday. Disappointments heal and move into the past, and life begins to move forward. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. You have a water sign around Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be planning travel. May I have your dessert, your desert? What is the situation between me and F, my crush? What do you mean, what's the situation? Like, this is somebody you have a crush on? I'm not sure what you're asking. What's the situation? Emily, will I eventually get the job at Z percentage? Trying not to lose hope. Okay, let's see. still got a 70% chance, yes, you will get the job. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Not yet. Not yet. This stupid ass thing isn't charging. Why? Why has it got to be like that? Yeah, when people ask questions like, what's up with Joe? Me and S, like it's not enough information. Like, I don't know, like, what's the situation? I don't know. Like, you have a crush on someone, there's no situation. You have a crush on them. But the more specific or to the point the question is, the better the answer that you're going to get. Like when somebody says, like, me and George. Well, who's George? I don't know who George is. Like, the cards read differently depending on who it is. If you're 17 and you have a crush on somebody who is 18, that's going to be a different read from somebody who's been married to George for 25 years. You see what I'm saying? Hi, Jarella. And who else haven't I answered for? Jarella is TL living alone. I don't think that this person lives alone. Bernard, yes, I got you. Is there anybody else here I haven't answered for? Oh, now we're moving. Haha. Raymond, does my future love have blonde hair? I don't know what your person, yeah. I can't tell you what somebody looks like. You can ask a different question. May I have your desert? This is someone I have a crush on, but the situation among us is unclear to me, like his feelings towards me as well. We started out as friends with benefits, but my feelings have evolved. Friends with benefits. Yeah. Okay. So once you enter friends with benefits, it's like the relationship. You believe this nonsense? Do you believe it? Let me just make sure it's charging. It looks like it's charging. So in order for this charger to work, it has to die. It has to be dead. And then it have to wait, and then it will, yeah, I don't understand. Anyway, I was using other cards. I left the friends with benefits question up because I wanted to explain it. Okay, so here's the thing with the friends with benefits person. The friends with benefits, the guy, is it a guy that we're talking about? Hang on. Yeah, okay. So while he enjoys what you have, he thinks it's fun, he is okay with the way things are going, and he enjoys your company. In order for a relationship or for love to develop, it sucks, and I know that we should have been taught this years ago, but for the most part, in order for a man to fall in love, he has to fall in love before sex, because in the male brain, or whatever it is, pituitary gland, during sex, oxytocin is not released. Am I right? Somebody else, maybe Adonis knows this. But for women, it is. So when women have sex, they tend to fall in love. Men don't. They need to fall in love first. If they don't fall in love and they have sex, then they don't fall in love. It is what it is. It's fun, it's nice, but that's where the confusion comes in, because the person could show up on Tuesday night, things are great, and then they disappear for 2 weeks. And then when they're kind of feeling like getting together again, they show up again. And it's like, well, I don't know how he's feeling about me. Well, this is like at his convenience and at his leisure, but that's sort of what you signed up for, and that's sort of what you're getting. And to turn it into more after this relationship's already been set, yeah, I mean, you could discuss it with him, but I don't see love, commitment, and romance here. It looks like a cycle of sex, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but unfortunately, people, I hate to say it, a lot of times women will enter a relationship thinking, oh, this is fun, it's nothing serious, and then later on down the line they want more, and they just don't get it, because, you know, it's like the way things go. We don't get married and then date. We date and then you get married. Well, if you start having sex with somebody and then you're looking to date and have romance, you've already bypassed the romance. Anyway. Ivo, I did. Adonis, how does V feel about our connection at this point? You know what? There is such relief around the communication right now. Like, you know, it's almost as if feeling like, I know things aren't perfect. I know that this is a little bit back and forth, but there's communication and I'm grateful. So that's pretty good. Yeah, and also there's no connection established first. Yeah. Yeah. But when I heard that, it was a psychologist. I can't remember who it was. It may have been Dr. Ramani, but I can't swear that it was her. But I heard a psychologist on YouTube was explaining it, and I was like, wow, that makes so much sense now, because I would see it. So, like, it, to me, it's like, there's got to be a reason, right? There's got to be a reason why. And I remember, especially like being in high school with a lot of my friends that would be absolutely devastated. Like they were with somebody and they thought, you know, like you think, oh, we're going to be together forever. Yeah, okay. You're not going to see it. You're not going to make it to the end of the week. But anyway, like looking back, hindsight, then it's like soul crushing back then. But, and like feeling like, why is it that like the guys they just move along, and like the girls are like devastated, you know, and now we have the answers. Anyway. And it's not, you know, it's like everything else. Not everybody fits into that same box, but for the most part, I mean, yeah. Anyways. Mel for the rest of the week. Rest of the week's looking pretty good. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. This card always comes up for you, but I feel like you know how to do that. You don't need to be told. You've got money coming in. Life is coming into balance. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Something nice may happen around the home. Moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home, entertaining at home, whatever it is, it would be positive. Tanya, romance coming in. Anything good? You could have choices and options around romance. You have the world at your feet. You've got Sagittarius here. You've got new beginnings on the horizon that could lead to success. You may hear from Aries this week too, or soon. Life comes into balance with the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities, and life moves forward. Not too shabby. Is there anybody else here that I haven't answered for? Otherwise, I will wrap it up and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully this stupid ass thing is charging. Alrighty. Everybody have a nice evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.